All right, guys. Hi, welcome. I'm trying to figure out this new format for my office. So bear with me. New lights, new camera, new action. I don't like that you see my little thing in the background. All right, how's that? Is that better? Oh, there's another one. Dumb things. Anyway, hey guys, welcome to our team call. My name is Stephanie Richardson, and I am so excited that you're gonna see that ugly thing right here. Okay, so excited you guys are on this call. I can't believe we're back in Texas, and I'm excited. I've been blown away with how much activity we've had in the past week. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen so many Success Club points in so short of time. And I don't think my coaches have been as excited as they are right now, haven't been, on the phone with me, like super excited, ready to chat. And I'm very, very excited about that for you guys. And so today we're going to talk about goal engineering, because it's awesome to hear you guys want to be elite coaches, want to be diamond coaches, and want to be team leaders, and want to be team builders, or whatever that goal may be, want to be, executive leaders. But what's most important is that you know how to get there, and that we engineer our day to get there. It's great to have goals, but if you don't have a plan to get the goal, you are not going to get there, okay? So let's start our call really quick, and I have some slides I'm going to share with you. All right, so welcome to our Beachbody Rockstar. We're going to talk about some updates, some events, some trainings, and then some homework. All right, as always. So this month's sales, Country Heat's on sale, 21-day fix, 21-day fix extreme, 22-minute hardcore, size, 3-day refresh, PIO. They are all on sale this month for $140. So if someone has an excuse this month, they really can't have an excuse this month, right? Because there is really no way people can have an excuse this month. There's too many challenge packs on sale for them to have an excuse. So hopefully you attended the Super Saturday. If not, the video is in the Coach Online office, and you can watch it. I'm going to refer to it a couple of times today in the call, so you'll definitely want to go back and listen to that. October 20th through the 23rd is Success Club Leadership Conference for those that are 5-star and above. And that's going to be in Coronado, California. Very excited. And then October 29th is Super Saturday. So a lot of those Super Saturdays filled out or sold out this year. So make sure you get a spot in the next one. And then last November 24th, highlight that. Put a sticky note on your computer. That's the date to start qualification for the year-end, any year-end goals you have. So if you want to be a 5-star diamond, 2-star diamond, you have to start that qualification on November 24th in order to get there by the end of the year. So those are dates you want to put on your calendar ASAP. So we're going to go right into our training today. Goal engineering. Sometimes people call it reverse engineering, but basically figuring out a way to get to your goal. So I'm going to go back. You've probably heard a lot of these stories before, or some of these stories before, but I feel like they are worth repeating. So about 4.5 years ago, we were moving to Colorado. So about 4 years ago, actually, this fall, 5 years ago this fall, we were putting our house on the market. We were moving. My husband moved to Colorado to start his job. We were selling the house. The boys were both in 2 sports each, which was a rule. We never let our kids do 2 sports each, but for some reason they were both in 2 sports each. I had a dog. I was selling the house. I was running a business. It was a little bit crazy. Up until then, my Beachbody business, I feel like I've been consistent in my Beachbody business. But if someone asked me to go to lunch, or if someone wanted to go shopping or whatever, I would probably opt for that instead. And if someone asked me if I was consistent, I would say yes. And at the time they said, you need to have 2 contacts per day. And I would tell you that I probably did that. If you asked me, I'd say, oh yeah, I do that. I talk to 2 new people a day about the business. So I started working with a guy at corporate named Arnold, and he kind of challenged me. He said, Stephanie, when you move to Colorado, things are going to change. You're going to need the money because your husband's getting a big pay cut. And up until then, the Beachbody money was just kind of fun money, right? And it was getting my hair done and getting, my nails done and doing extra things for our family. And at that, when we moved, it was going to be more serious. And he said, you're going to need this money to live on, and so you need to take it more seriously. So so I'll let you see me. It's kind of weird just to talk to a screen. So I said, yeah, you're right. Like I'm going to need to use this money. And so he said, let's set a goal every week. I'm going to talk to you every week, and we're going to set a goal. And I want you to find 20 new people a week. And I want you to invite 10 new people to the business opportunity or to a challenge group. So I was like, okay, yeah, no big deal. I mean, this is not a big deal, right? Because if I'm doing it 2 a day or whatever, what I think I'm doing, then that's not a big deal, right? So I had to write down my 20 and my 10 each week. And I wrote it on a notepad like this, and I would have my names written down. So one week, Arnold said, so do you have your 20? I was like, oh no, I have like 14. And he's like, okay, let's hang up the call right now, and I want you to go and get those rest of those people, then I'll call you back. So I get off the phone and I'm like in tears. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so stressed. I'm selling the house. My husband's gone. And I call Jeffrey, and Jeffrey's like, well, he doesn't know what's going on in your life. Like, I mean, you have, a lot of crazy stuff going on. And I was like, a light bulb clicked for me. 2 light bulbs. One was I gave him permission to keep me accountable, and he's right. I didn't do what I said that I was going to do. And the second thing is if I make an excuse right now in a busy time in my life, then I'm allowing my coaches that want to stay home with their kids, that want to pay off debt, that want to have a dream house, that want to be able to pay for their family, for extras, or just to live, that I'm giving them an excuse right now in my craziness, right? So I knew I had to step up, own it. Y'all like that theme? Own it. I had to own it, and I had to do what I said I was going to do. And so I set that goal. So we're going to talk about you setting 30-day, 90-day, 60-day goals. And I thought it was really interesting. The other day, I was talking to Barbie Kalev, I think it's her last name now, Sagi's wife. And I said, I'm going to be 15 star. And I don't know if it's going to be in either business center, but I'm not sure. I'm just going to see what happens. And she goes, no, you can't just see what happens. You're not going to be 15 star by just seeing what happens. You have to pick one of your business centers and you have to make it happen. And I was like, oh, okay. So I think that just drilled down the point. Like, successful people have a plan. They know where they're going. They have set those daily goals, those monthly goals, those quarterly goals, and they know where they're going. They don't just like haphazardly say, I'm going to be 15 star diamond, right? If I did that, I'd be where I am right now next year, right? So I have to come up with a plan. I have to engineer my goal. I have to reverse engineer my goal. I have to know what I need to do in order to get there. I know from when I started sales, I was in sales right out of college. And well, actually my first year, a year after college, I was in sales. And I remember my boss, who's actually Sherry Vickery's dad, saying it's a numbers game. He's like, the more people you talk to, the more successful you'll be. And that's always stuck with me in Beachbody. And we're going to talk a little bit about that a little bit later. So I'm going to go back to my screen and share with you a couple more things. So we're going to talk about some goals. Okay, so let's say you want to be in the Million Club. You saw those people walk across stage and you think, okay, I want to be in the Million Club. Well, your goal needs to be to have 5 5-star diamonds in your downline. That's how you get to Millionaire Club. Maybe you saw those people with those cool pictures as you walked into the core. or sitting in the very front row, those elite coaches, and you said, I want to be an elite coach. Well, you need to, if you are a diamond coach right now, that means you need to add 2 to 3 new coaches, and those are building coaches, people that want to work the business, a month. And 4 to 6 of your 2015 to 2016 coaches need to hit Success Club. Now that's if you were starting in January, okay? So we have to, if you are wanting to do it now and you hadn't really planned on it from the very beginning of the year, then your goal might be a little bit different. Say you want to be 90, you want to be diamond in 90 days. How would you get there? Well, you need 2 to 4 new coaches per month, builders, in order to get there. What if you want to make $1,000 a month? Well, you need to have 15 people on home direct, 90 PV home direct on your weak side, and 30 90p HD on your strong side each week in order to make $1,000 a month. Let's say you want to make $500 a month. Well, you need to sell 12.5 challenge packs this month. But here's the deal with this. You also could just sell 5 challenge packs. And if you sold 5 challenge packs last month and 5 challenge packs the month before, that's $300 in residual income. So you would only, if you sold 5 per month and you kept all those customers for the past 3 months, that would be $500 this month. And that's only having 5 new challenge packs this month. Okay? So it has to do with really, really honing in on what your goals are going to be and how to get there. Did you know that 1 of 8 coaches, one of eight of the people you sign up with will become a diamond coach? That's an industry average. And did you know that of the top 10 coaches in Beachbody, probably 1 in 17 of their coaches become diamond? So it really has a lot to do with numbers and how you engineer your goals. So how do you do that? Well, first is you do that by, how do you get to your goals? Well, first you talk to people in your warm market. I loved Janelle's 6 questions that she had in the Super Saturday video, and those 6 questions I use all the time. And that's how you talk to people. The next part is the how, is you make more friends. Again, it's a numbers game, and I hate to call it a numbers game, but in order to get to your goals, you just have to do more. You have to work harder. You have to work harder than you were working before. So that means you have to make more friends. The next step is you have to find people who want to join the business. And this is just basically asking them to join you. Have you ever considered becoming a Beachbody coach? Ask people. They don't have to have had an amazing transformation before you become a coach. I think sometimes we get in the point where we are just comfortable. We're comfortable inviting people to our challenge groups. Why? Because it's just more comfortable that way, right? It's more comfortable just to say, hey, do you want to be in my challenge group? Because of whatever insecurities you may have, or because maybe you think people are thinking you're in this ick business or whatever, it's much harder for us to say, hey, would you like to join my team? And why is that? Like, this is such a gift. This business can change people's lives, not only physically, but financially. Like, you are, by not asking, you are saying to your friend, I don't care about you enough to give you this opportunity, right? So ask your friends, hey, do you want to join the business? That is so important. And a lot of times people are like, well, I don't want to be icky. I don't want to be icky. Is it icky to help someone change their life financially? Is it icky for them to be able to stay home with their kids? Is it icky for them to be able to live in their dream house, put their kids through private school? No, it's not icky. Like, it is a powerful, powerful gift, and you just have to ask people to join you. The next part is have more people in your pipeline than you need. So a lot of times when people are talking about who they're talking to in the business, they'll say things like, well, I'm talking to these one this one person, and I hope she buys a challenge pack, then I can hit Success Club. Well, if you have all your baskets in that one person, then most likely it's not going to happen. Did you know that probably even some of these top coaches that I know, they will probably talk to 50 people in a month to have 5 people join them. And when you look at that number, it makes a huge difference, right? It shows that you have to talk to a lot of people in order to be successful. And I know some of you are like freaking out right now because you're like, I don't even know 50 people, but you actually do. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But you want to always have more people in the pipeline than you need. The other thing is, the reason for that is when you don't have a lot of people in your pipeline, then those people that you're talking to feel like you're desperate. Okay, so they know that you like really want them to sign up, and then they feel that pressure. You don't want people to feel that pressure. You want them to say, hey, this is where I'm going, with or without you. Okay. The next part is you need to learn new tools to meet people. So whether it's Snapchat or doing ads with like pages, whatever it is, you need to have new tools to meet people. There shouldn't be excuse, I don't know people. Like, there are so many ways to meet people out there. The next is to have a follow-up system. They always say the fortune is in the follow-up, right? And so if you don't know if you can't follow up with people, how are you going to be successful? And if you don't follow up with people, then you're losing money in your business. Did you know that? So I'm gonna post a little later a link that Christine Dwyer shared with us yesterday, a new follow-up system that's free through Gmail called Streak. And I would definitely put that on your homework to learn that. The next is your dream team. Do you have people that you want to be on your list? I started a dream team when I became a coach. I'm like, if in a perfect world, a perfect situation, who would I want to be on my team? And that's when I came up with my dream team. And that's what you need to do. You need to dream big and think about who you want to be on your team. Now, don't prejudge those people because you don't know, what their situation's like. It may have changed. They may actually need Beachbody in their lives. Don't think about it for them, but think about who you would want to have join this business and tell them where you're going. In order to build your dream team, you have to tell the people where you're going. And that's why this goal engineering is so very important. If you don't have a goal and your people that you're signing up don't know where you're going, then they're going to get off the bus. And you want them on the bus, right? So it's very important that you and your team know where you're going. The next thing is to build your list. A way to build your list is through the memory jogger. And you can find that if you don't know people, you will be amazed if you go through that memory jogger and just time yourself like 5 minutes, how many people you can add to your list. And then last is to review your monthly goals. That's the how, is to always look where you are going. So what are your monthly benchmarks? Have you hit Success Club? These are things that you need to look at every month. Like, have you hit Success Club? This should be a non-negotiable. Have you added building coaches? Have you increased your week-like volume? How many personally sponsored coaches have hit Success Club 1 or higher? You need to know these things. You need to know where to find these. You need to know to keep track of this, because you won't hit your goal unless you start to track it. Next is, have you increased your commissions? And then lastly is, have you retained your customers? This needs to be something that you're constantly looking at, constantly focusing on in order to get your goals. Now, there's some great tools out there to help you. One is Google. Google it, right? Google, YouTube, whatever. There's information out there to help you with whatever questions you have. Next is, there's a Jesse Regan. I don't know if I spelled his name right. I'll post it in our page this week. He's doing a free training this week. He's really good at Facebook ads. Again, it doesn't just happen naturally. These ads take time. They take a little bit of money. They take effort to make it happen. And then the next is power of threes, or whatever system you have, like whatever tracking system you have, setting a goal. The reason I like power of threes is because it is saying like, okay, every day I'm going to find 3 new people, and I'm going to contact 3 new people, and I'm going to build 3 new relationships, and I'm going to follow up with 3 new people. It's a system. It's a measuring tool. And then lastly is the diamond diagram, like looking at visualizing who you want to be on your team. And I love the diamond diagram. It's in the file section, and you fill out the little bubbles and you put the people's names on it that you want to be on your team, and your dream team. And you tell those people where you're going. Like, hey guys, I'm going to get to diamond. I'm going to get to team leader. I'm going to be an elite coach this year. I want you to be a part of it. And then lastly is have one-on-one calls with your team members. And on those calls, talk about who they're talking to and what their numbers are, and talk about who they're talking to. Know the people that they're talking to. Help them with their obstacles. Help encourage them. Help recognize the success that they already have. That is so very important. So you have a to-do list. Your to-do list is to set your each month non-negotiable goals, okay? So that's how many Success Club points you want to have, how many people in your downline you want to have Success Club, how much commission you want to have, how much you want to increase your volume, okay? These are your monthly non-negotiable goals. Set a 30-day goal, where you want to be 30 days from now. Set a 60-day goal, a 90-day goal, a 6-month goal, a 12-month goal. Set a 2-year goal, and then ask someone to keep you accountable to those goals. Now, this is not someone to push you. This is just someone who is there to say, this is someone to say, not let you off the hook. So when things are crazy and, they're like, well, you did have a really hard day and whatever. But here's the deal. You need to have someone to keep you accountable, but your own self is the most important person to keep you accountable. And that is, I think, the most important, is that you can't have someone else who's not going to push you to reach your goals. You have to find it in yourself to achieve your goals, because success partners are going to come and go, but it's up to you in order to achieve your goals. And you can have someone keep you accountable. Yes, I think that's super important. Had Arnold not kept me accountable at that time, then I wouldn't be where I am today. And I gave him permission to do that. I listened to him. I let him keep me accountable. And here's the deal. He didn't let me off the hook, right? I mean, I definitely wanted him to let me off the hook, and he didn't let me off the hook. And I felt like that was super important. I want to show you really quick. I thought I put this picture in here. Let me see. Maybe it didn't. Here we go. So I wanted to show you this. So this was the coach, Stephanie Chico, I believe. And she had promised herself that she was going to hit Success Club each month. Like, it wasn't a negotiable, it was a non-negotiable. And she went back over the past, several months and said what had happened in those months. Crazy, crazy stuff had happened, right? Hard family things had happened. And she still made it happen. She still hit Success Club. It was not a negotiable. She was pushing for 15-star, even in the midst of something, her family members passing away and being sick and all those different things. She made it happen. She made it a non-negotiable, right? So I know that you have to set up those non-negotiable goals. You have to have those non-negotiables each month. In your goal engineering, you have to have those non-negotiables. Like, without a doubt, no matter what happens this month, in order to get to your goal, you have to do this thing. And no matter what happens, and things are going to happen, y'all. I mean, I know in the next couple months, it's going to be crazy for me. I have major things about to happen. My dad's probably going to have to go back through treatment. My kids are in a new school. We're in a new house. Like, I know that things are going to be crazy for me. I know it. But I have a goal of being 15-star diamond, and I know that things are going to happen to try to thwart my goals. So I have set my non-negotiable, those things every month that I know I have to do in order to make it happen. And I have those monthly benchmarks. You know, I know that I have to have 4 diamonds by the year end. And so that means that I have to sign 32 coaches total this year in order for that to happen. I know that. That's the benchmark, you know, 1 in 8. If 1 in 8 and I want to have 4 diamonds, I have to sign up 4 diamonds. I have to sign up 32 coaches. I'm not there yet. I know that last year I signed up 17 coaches and I had 2 new diamonds. So I know that I'm about 1 in 8, like the industry average. Sometimes I'm better, but last year I was 1 in 8. This year, if I'm 1 in 8, I have to sign up 32 coaches. Okay, what does that mean? Well, I have my goals. I have to divide where I have right now, how many coaches I've signed up already. I have to divide it by how many months are left, and that's how I know I need to get to my goal toward the end of the year. So that's how I reverse engineer my goal. If I want to make $500 more, I know how many challenge packs I need to sell. I know how many coaches I need to recruit to help duplicate. Okay, I know how I need to keep that residual income. So I hope that helps you guys. If you have any questions, let me know about how to reverse engineer your goals. It's sometimes kind of confusing and overwhelming, but you'll see if you are keeping track of it and like you know what you did this month, and then you look next month and you know what you did last month, you can kind of see your pattern. Then you're able to know where you're going and know where you need to tweak it and know where you need to grow in certain areas. So anyway, that is where we are, and I hope that helps you guys. Have a great week. There's lots of training this week, lots of great information to help you achieve your goals.